Anderson. And now it's a great pleasure to welcome to our show Iva Davies. Iva, good to see you. I know it sounds a plebeian question, but because of your work with Icehouse and because of your individual work, particularly in the 80s with the Sydney Dance Company, I mean, you are a legend in Australian music. How do you cope with that?
Strange word, isn't it? I'm a creature of myth. Is that right?
Well, you know, popular usage.
Yeah, it was very flattering to be invited to be part of this. I was very surprised, actually, because in very good company, I must say. Some amazing exhibits in this particular thing.
This exhibition?
Yeah, this exhibition, yeah.
This is going all around the place, and we'll give some dates in just a few moments' time. We've got in front of us some of the wonderful paraphernalia that is going to be there, real memorabilia. This, Bruce Mansfield, if you are watching this morning, this is real stuff. More importantly, Rick Milne, it's not for sale. What if we, just that first one, just go back to that, Bob, just for a second, away from, oh, there you go. What's that?
Now, this is a script for, the original script for The Wall, which was an amazing show that Pink Floyd put on, and eventually a movie, of course. And this is the very first draft of the script, so it's quite a unique thing.
Now, these things aren't for sale, are they?
They're not for sale. This is really a collector's exhibition. It was really instigated by one person who was an avid collector and then expanded from there. And just about everybody that was approached has been very generous and put all their things in with it. So, as I say, there's some amazing exhibits.
Fantastic. What's this down here, Iva?
Now, what have we got here? This is the... Yes,
David Bowie.
This, once again, is a script. This was for a movie called The Man Who Fell to Earth, which David Bowie starred in. And I don't know what year that would have been, but this is, once again, an original script with his signature on it and mounted for the purposes of this exhibition.
Now, this leather jacket, one of...
no, this is not a script.
No. Oh, I beg your pardon, something's fallen out, too.
I have some of my courses in the past, too. Yeah.
Yes. Now, this is not David Atkins, is it? I mean, it's very small.
This, believe it or not, is mine.
Oh, is it really?
This is before I had shoulders, yes.
Right. I mean, they are shoulders, aren't they?
That goes back... that was all handmade by a person from Melbourne, in fact, and went touring with me, and I never really did get into it, I must admit, yeah.
Right. Well, it's your own personal life, I suppose. What does that mean there? That's...
What's it say?
Death or glory, isn't it?
I never read that bit, yeah. Probably just as well.
Death or glory. Well, you certainly got the latter. And this little piece here, this is the...
Now, that goes right back to the beginning of when the band started, in fact, and of course that was back in the punk days.
Yeah.
And that's solid vinyl.
Is it really?
It is, yes.
I've never really held solid vinyl before. A lot of phone numbers here, Iva. Any reason for those? But I'm not going to take them down because it's the same. I mean, wherever you see phone numbers all around the place, you ring them, and it's always the wrong number.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You never get through to the right person. This one here is pretty important.
Now, this is a John Lennon album, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a John Lennon album for Double Fantasy, which was a very famous album of his, and donated to the person who, I guess, was behind this whole exhibition was a keen collector, a music industry person, and that's Michael Fennell. He'll be out there today. And this was given to him, I think. I think I'm correct in saying that.
Wonderful.
And a lot of the exhibits, in fact, are just part of his private collection. Right.
Just by sheer fluke, we've got here, too, the pizza container that arrived at my place the night that Ray won the gold logie. Now, what have we got here?
Now, this is a bit of an interesting one. This is from Keith Moon. Keith Moon being the late drummer of The Who, had a reputation for being an amazingly vigorous drummer, and in fact, he obviously put a stick through this particular skin and wrote on the skin, "Oops." So there's "Oops" written by Keith Moon.
Wonderful. Wonderful. That would be priceless, wouldn't it, for the right collector?
It would be impossible to put a value on some of these things. They're quite amazing. When I saw the exhibits myself, I just thought, this is amazing stuff, really.
I can imagine Glenn A. Baker at home drooling. Because,
really?
I mean, he's right into to this sort of stuff. What about the guitar there?
This is one of mine. This goes back right to the beginning as well. In fact, this has been around the world a number of times, and was the guitar on which I wrote a lot of songs, including Great Southern Land and a few things like that.
Yeah.
So, I'm not really a guitar collector, so this is sort of one of the of perhaps 3 guitars that I've ever owned.
For you personally, what sort of value would be on that?
Well, it's sort of gotten to the point really where I wouldn't put a value on it, I suppose.
On behalf of the network, I'm here to offer you $500,000. Will that be...
I'll take it.
Yeah.
So it's all yours.
For a lot of people who just explain what that does, because I was at a gig one night.
Yeah.
I was comparing it, and there were a couple of people who actually thought, you know, guitar had to be wound up. What does that actually do?
They were right.
Yeah.
What this does is actually drops the pitch of all the strings. In fact, on most guitars, it'll either drop or raise the pitch. I have them set up that particular way.
Right.
And that was an invention that goes back to about 1960. This particular guitar is not an old one, it's a copy of an old one. But
I think Les Paul was the first to do that.
I think, yeah, he could have been, but this would be more the sort of thing that Jimi Hendrix played.
Yeah, yeah, right. Well, that's just... Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's okay. The one thing that you don't realise that is, that is going to be on display, I mean, you talk about memorabilia, you talk about legends, you talk about absolute icons. You can see this, ladies and gentlemen, at this... Now, there are only 2 of these in the world today.
I wonder why.
As a matter of fact, there are only 2 when they was first released. Now, that's actually for my own private collection. Would you like to have a look?
I think we should put that in the exhibition, don't you?
Oh, no, I don't think so. Well, I mean, who knows, Patty Newton. But I mean, so there you go. I play guitar, actually, on a few of those tracks, too. If you believe that, I've got some Butte land in Queensland. Have a look at it. Let's go through where it's going to be, Iva, because it's a very long list. It's at Doncaster at the moment until the 3rd of June, then Airport West, Fountain Gate, Indooroopilly, Toombul, Liverpool, Miranda, East Gardens, Hornsby, Belconnen, Warrawong, Hurstville, Chatswood, Tuggerah, Parramatta, Marion. Anybody getting off at Tea Tree Plaza? Next station, Arndale, West Lakes, Southland. It's the longest. It is the longest run in the business. I mean, could you imagine when this is all finished up saying, yeah, we had quite a good time in Liverpool. Belconnen was a bit quiet, mind you. Tea Tree Plaza, I'm not even too sure where Tea Tree Plaza is. I think that might be in Western Australia. But fantastic stuff, and you've just seen just a minute example of what's
some great
going to be
things,
there.
yeah.
Can I ask you almost the same, well, exactly the same question that I